is 2020. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you guys had a awesome New Year's Eve. I had a good time. I was with friends and it was fun. I got a chance to exchange text message shout outs with my family. So it was a great New Year's Eve for me, and I hope you had a good one too. I realize that sometimes, we all go through this thing when a new year hits and we have all these ideas and all these feelings pop up, resolutions and, to-do lists and all this stuff. And you know what? And I thought, and it got me thinking for myself, well, what is that going to mean for me this year? What is that going to mean for me for a new decade? What is that going to mean for me and my business? And what is that going to mean for me and you while I'm reading cards for you guys? Whether that's, like the videos right here, right now, or whether that's in person or whatever it might be. And I really got to thinking about all that stuff. And I'm just like, I want my business to be better. I want to be able to do more work. I want to be able to spread my name and my wings a little bit further for the coming year. And really, 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 that kind of struck me like a heavy wish without much of an action plan. And I'm not trying to knock my approach for 2020 or my approach for the new decade. But what it really got me to thinking was, what exactly is that supposed to mean for me? What exactly is that supposed to mean for the people that I get a chance to read for? And then it got me to thinking, well, usually for me and people that I know, my friend Connie, for number one, we choose like a keyword for the year. That's the focus. That's kind of like the drive. That's kind of like the approach. That's the goal, right? Okay. And then so I'm thinking, well, you know what? So many times I've picked words that have gotten me somewhere, but it was really for the outside presence of myself. It was really about what I give to other people. And while that's good, and I think over the past year, over the past decade, I feel like I've helped people. The feedback I've received over the years has been very positive and very strong and very connective. And I've made some really wonderful connections, and I love that. And it fuels me to be able to continue my growth as a tarot reader, as a card reader, and continue to strive to be the best I can for my people that I read for my sitters, for my clients, whatever you want to call that. So in the end, it brought me back to the idea of, well, what would be my key word for next year? And I thought about an active pronoun, an active word that I could say, okay, that's my mantra for the year. But then I really got to thinking, well, okay, that's great for the outside, but what about what happens in here? What about what happens in here? So you know what? I thought to myself, I'm going to choose the word healthy. Now, disclaimer, not healthy in the form of lose weight, get on track, feel good about myself as far as my physical body is concerned, because that is not at all the project. That is not at all what I mean when I'm saying healthy. What I really, really mean is healthy heart, healthy emotion, healthy mind, and in the end, a healthy self. That's what I want for me. That's what I want for you guys. I want to be able to help us move forward with a healthy vibe, with a healthy outlook, with healthy sense of self, with healthy sense of purpose. Now, granted, that's not going to be the end-all be-all key or trigger to help us get to where we want to be, but I certainly think that that's probably one of the best ways for me to be able to approach the new decade and the new year of 2020. get my head right, get my emotions right, get my heart right. And by extension, I think everything else will end up getting right too, meaning my physical body, the people that I get a chance to work with, the people that I get a chance to come across, my friends, my family, my relationship. I want to approach 2020 from a healthy point of view. And so I'm going to focus on my mind, I'm going to focus on my heart, and I'm going to focus on my spirituality. And of course, spirituality takes a lot of forms. For some people, it is the traditional form of spirituality. It is going to church every Sunday. It is praying. It is meditation. But I also think that a lot of those things with the praying and the meditation part, a lot of us do variations, and those are very healthy points of view as far as spirituality is concerned as well. All forms of wonderful spirituality do have a place, and I think that that's kind of where I want to start, where I want to grow from, who I want to become, and what I want to sustain me as I'm moving forward for the year. So, having said all of that, thank you for bearing with me on that long-winded revelation of myself. It's time for the Zodiac readings. It is January 2020, brand new year, brand new decade, and you know that means that I bring out a brand new deck of cards. But because of my thought of wanting to go back to square one for myself, I'm going to go back to square one with my tried, true, and blue very first deck of cards I ever bought, the Universal Rider-Waite. So that's the deck I'm going to stick with for this month. That's the deck of cards we're using for the Zodiac reading, and that's what we're going to have for every single day for today's tarot for the rest of the month. So let's get down to it. Today's the Zodiac readings for January 2020 using the Rider-Waite Smith deck, and as always, Aries, you're up first. So let's take a look and see what we got for you. I'm going to do one more shuffle, then I'm going to cut in three, and let's bang these puppies out and see what happens. I really, really, really would love for all of us to create beautiful, wonderful, harmonious, self-caring magic for this year. That's my intention for me and my intention for you. All right, Aries, here we go. Today, Aries, you've got Six of Pentacles reversed. Aries, Six of Pentacles reversed is asking you to take a look at where you are. Where do you stand? What's going on around you? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What are your emotions? I almost want to say, Aries, I'm looking at this card and I'm thinking to myself, you're really wasting a lot of your own precious resources. And I don't mean like wasting money, spending money. I don't mean that. I mean not fulfilling yourself, not fulfilling your dreams, not fulfilling your wishes, not fulfilling your heart. And that is reflective of the connections that you have that surround you with people who surround you. So really start focusing on you. Really start focusing on that sense of self-worth, because that's what's going to move you forward, Aries, especially for this new year and maybe even the decade, okay? Taurus. Taurus, Eight of Cups reversed. For you, Taurus, dive in head first. It's all about discovery. It's all about leaving fears behind. It's all about going into the world with wonder and with creation and with drive. This is a card that says you have a lot of emotion to share. You have a very good sense of self for the most part. Now it's time to actually share that with the world that surrounds you and get out there. Talk to everybody and anybody, no matter what your field of work is. People need to hear what you have to say. They're going to want your input. Gladly share it and leave your fears behind. All right, Gemini, that's me. Gemini, oh, lordy. Gemini, you've got the moon. All right, now a couple of things with this card specifically. Number one, the moon is about our, for me, it's about our psychic vibes. It's also about your connection to the animal world right there. See all the coyote and the dog and the lobster. It is also about you trusting in those things. Somehow animal communication is going to kick up a few notches. Somehow your psychic vibe is going to kick up a few notches. For me, on a personal note, I've been getting a lot of weird hits for me and for the people who I am actually in close proximity to. Some things I have said and I've spoken up to that person. Some things are just kind of like, lock it, keep it to myself. They don't need to know. So the Moon card, all about trusting the gut, all about trusting the intuition. And when you do that, you will see through other people's BS, even your own. All right. Cancer. 9 of Pentacles reversed, Cancer, kind of like Aries. Maybe it's time to start back at a square one. Maybe you haven't reached all the goals that you had hoped to. Maybe the goals that you have been able to pull off, maybe they're a little bit surface. Maybe they're a little bit kind of, I don't know, like superficial, artificial. I don't know. But looking at this card, I do think that there's a little bit of going back to the drawing board for you, Cancer. And so you got to make sure that everything you're putting your intention into is worth the time and effort. Just make sure of that, because I think that's going to be the best way for you to be able to move yourself forward. All right, Cancer? Okay, Leo. 6 of Wands, Leo. Good news is coming your way, but more to the point. Things are going to be happening in your direction, and you get to shine in certain ways, whether that's work, whether that's family, whether that's, friends, whether that's just plain old everyday life. There are moments of shining. There are moments of victory. There are moments of recognition. And so what you got to do for that part is certainly, again, pay attention to self, because that's how you're going to be able to strike those deals, make those moves, get things to happen, and receive the recognitions for that. Now, you're not doing it for the recognition, you're doing it for your own personal satisfaction, but recognition will follow as long as you're following your heart and putting effort into the things that really drive you. Virgo. Queen of Cups, Virgo. It's all about tapping into your emotional self. Now, emotions are a tricky thing for a lot of us, but I do think that if you trust your instincts emotionally, you're definitely going to be able to tap into yourself and tap into the people who surround you. And that is going to cause a little bit of a nurturing rippled effect, because the Queen of Cups is about nurturing, about caring, about loving. It's not necessarily female as far as gender is concerned, but it definitely does carry that nurturing style, that nurturing flavor. And I think if you deal with things from your emotions, from your heart, you're probably going to get the best results you could probably expect. And again, I do think that that's going to put you in touch with other people who surround you and their emotional sense of self, and help you and allow you to help them cultivate that, help them feel better about who they are, help them feel better about where they are, what's going on with them, purely just for them, okay? Libra. 10 of Cups, Libra. This is a card that says, and I'm going to go out on a limb and be very firm on this one. 10 of Cups says to me, Libra, in very many ways, family feel is present, meaning you create a family. A family presents itself to you, very loving, very happy. Happy home, happy couple, happy children. It definitely feels to me like anything you could put under that happy rainbow of love right there, that's exactly what this year is going to hold for you. Now, granted, of course, there's always bumps up and downs. But the thing of it is it feels to me like the majority of the year is about happiness and about joy. Envelop that, be a part of that, live that, let that be your life. Love, happiness, and joy. Scorpio. Scorpio, you've got the Emperor reverse, Scorpio. That means to me, you gotta pay attention to every single move you make moving forward. Give yourself a chance to really feel the ground underneath you before you make decisions. Because I certainly feel like with the Emperor reversed, everything could just kind of like fall apart in one way, shape, or form. And I don't know if you can salvage that. 4 is a number of stability, of structure, of security. 4 builds a box. 4 creates a room. So I do want to say that if you're ever feeling out of sorts, go to your safe, warm, happy place, Emperor, and figure out where you want to go from there, Scorpio, because it is all about safety. It's all about comfort. If you feel like you're in the proper space to make decisions, then by all means go ahead. But really think about those choices before you actually put them into play, before you actually make them. Sagittarius, that's my hubby. Oh, shit. Oops, I'm sorry. Hubby's got the devil card. So, Sagittarius with the devil card, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I do think that maybe more to the point, you may end up struggling with vice. You may end up struggling with self-sabotage. You may end up struggling with the curse of outside looking in, meaning caring about what everybody says, caring about what everybody else thinks, versus focusing on you and your heart and your mind and your spirit. It's going to be very easy, Sagittarius, for you to get wrapped up in the outside world. So you got to keep your head screwed on straight. Okay? Very easy to fall into the dark abyss. Keep yourself together as best you can and lean on the people that help you do just that very thing, to help you keep your head screwed on straight, okay? Capricorn. 7 of Pentacles, Capricorn. So with the 7 of Pentacles cards, it's very straightforward. You've planted seeds. This year is going to be the fruition of those seeds. This year is about you cultivating. This year is about you actually appreciating the things that you've created up to this point and continue to appreciate what you create moving forward. This card definitely says to me, good stuff is on the horizon, Capricorn. Be all about it. Make sure you tend to your garden with love and with care so you produce the sweetest treats possible, okay? Aquarius. 5 of Pentacles, Aquarius. I am going to slap you on the hand, Aquarius, and tell you to stop the woe is me vibe. We all go through ups and downs. We all go through in and outs. We all go through moments of happiness and moments of sadness. But it strikes me, Aquarius, and please forgive if this is too harsh, but I think that you kind of, I don't know if it's right here, right now, but you're loving the misery. I'm and again, I realize that I'm kind of like being harsh with this one, but stop it. Things are good. You have wonderful things that surround you. People, places, things. Focus on those things. I know it's really easy for us to focus on what we don't have, what's missing, but that also should remind you of what you do have. Focus on that, okay? Focus on the connections that do surround you. Even if they're minimal, at least you've got something there, okay? And Pisces, that's my mama. Pisces, you've got Queen of Pentacles reversed. Very much like a lot of the cards, it is about tapping into you, Pisces. It's about tapping into your soul. It's about tapping into what makes you who you are. I do think that with this Queen of Pentacles cards, I kind of feel like what it's trying to tell us for you, Pisces, is that you have to dig in. You have to really find out who you are, what you're about, what you stand for, what is of value to you. No, I don't mean money. I don't mean possessions. I don't mean things. I mean what really is important and really valuable to you. Your sense of self, your family, your connections, your relationships. How much do those things mean to you? And when you find out those answers, either kick it up a notch and really drive those points home, really drive those connections home, really drive that love of self home. Or if you're feeling like, I really don't care about this thing that much, or maybe this person, or maybe this place, then purge, get rid of it. You're hanging on to things for no good reason. So this is kind of a card that says, look deep inside yourself and figure out if what you're giving your time and energy to is really worth it. And start with yourself first, okay? You are worth all the beautiful time and energy you can give yourself. That's going to be the first place that you take that you start, and then everything else will ripple out from there, okay? There you have it. It is the Zodiac readings for January 2020. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you check back at elstarot.com. Every day we will be having the today's tarot card for the rest of the month and all of the outings that are going to be planned for the rest of this year. I'm so excited. So many beautiful and wonderful things happening. I'm going to be in Chilton, Wisconsin for a 2-day psychic fair. I'm going to be in New York for the Reader's Studio. I'm going to be in Milwaukee for Bastille Days. Halloween, the month of October, is already packing up. So pay attention and don't be left out of the loop, kids. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye!